Hi everyone, it's Misty here. Welcome to another day in my 12 days of Elfmas. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited to finally be inking up and coloring some images from Paper Ink. You guys know they've turned into one of my most favorite craft companies, probably tied with Hello Bluebird. They're brand new, so they're bringing out releases a little bit slower than other people, but their releases are so cute. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a slimline card, and we're going to set a scene using these cute little images. So let's head over to the craft table and we'll get started. So here is a quick look at the Copics I used. So make sure you pause it, take a screenshot, and then you can write them down. There were too many for me to write down, so I just made sure I put them in a container so I could show them to you guys. So I'm starting this card out a little bit differently because normally I stamp all of the images and then I use dies to cut them out after I've colored them. Unfortunately, Paper Ink doesn't have dies. So what I did was I stamped what I wanted, and then I had Rob scan it and send it to me, and then I was able to manipulate it in Silhouette Studio. So a couple of these are flipped, like I think I mirrored the bird. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. And then I cut them out. So you'll see me using a paper sander or whatever, because I didn't set my blade deep enough to cut all the way through. So a couple of them have some edges. So this is going to be a lot of coloring. This card took me over 2.5 hours, I think. I'm a slow colorer though, and I enjoy it. I just throw on some YouTube videos and get to it. So I decided instead of bluebirds, I wanted these little birds to be cardinals. So I'm using the reds, and you guys know I like to color from darkest to lightest for the most part. And they're so little, there doesn't need to be a lot of shading, but you do want to have a little bit of contrast. So yeah, they're just, oh, you guys, they're so stinking cute. I cannot wait to get their new release. I'm so excited. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to bring in some blues to color his toboggan, toque, whatever you want to call it, beanie. You're going to see me, it's going to be a little choppy because if you see that image to the left of the Christmas tree with like the bear and the penguins and the lights, I ended up not using that. I had this idea for like 3 kind of different scenes on this card and it just wouldn't fit. So I decided not to use it. I didn't really like the way I colored it anyway. So, yeah. So I noticed that I obviously didn't stamp very well when I was stamping these gifts because I had to go back and add in a little bit of darkness to make them stand out more. So you can see there I colored the penguins, and now I'm going to color the raccoon. That's kind of how I did coloring. Like anything that I wanted gray, I went ahead and colored everything at the exact same time and went back and forth that way. You can color however you want to. I've said that before, but yeah. So for this, I'm making the brightest be at the front of their faces because they're going to be facing this Christmas tree. Plus it's sunny outside. I didn't want to do a nighttime scene because then I would have to try to color them with the yellow, and you guys have seen me do that once. It's not easy. Actually, you guys have seen me do it twice if you watched my bunny card from this summer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on some music and let you guys watch me color, and then when it's time to put the card together, I'll come back and I'll walk you through it. isn't this little bunny image so cute? Your question of the day is, what do you think he's getting out of the box? So if you're new here and you don't know what's going on, this is the 12 days of Elfmas. I'm posting a video every single day. There will be a giveaway for every single video and a grand prize giveaway that will go live on January the 8th. You have to answer every single question of the day in the comments in order to be eligible, and also keep track of the word of the days that you'll see that pop up. So this is a slimline card. So I cut it at 3.5. No, this card layer I cut at 3.5 by 8.5. And I'm using Distress Oxides. I have tumbled glass, and I believe that's Mermaid Lagoon that I used for the deeper one. So I wanted to create a wintry sky. Again, I didn't want to do something at night. I wanted something that was more daytime. So I'm just using the brushes that I picked up from Amazon. I mentioned them before. And then I'm bringing in a baby wipe to wipe down my map. I believe this is from Ranger. Is this the Ranger craft mat? You guys, I honestly don't remember. So I'm going to bring in my base, and then I'm going to work with kind of layout where I want things to go. And I ended up changing this a little bit because I decided I wanted some snowbanks, because it was kind of plain. If you're not going to have grass, you got to have at least snow or something to ground them. So I'm going to go ahead and use the stitched snow hills, I believe, from My Favorite Things. Stitch Slimline Snow Drifts. I don't know. It's from My Favorite Things. It's their Stitch Slimline snow ones. I'm also using their mini cloud dies as well. So I'm using a piece of red. I cut that at 7 by 8.5 and then scored it at 3.5. And then I managed to get that layer crooked, but that's why I'm using liquid glue. I also put a layer on the inside of the card that measured 3.25 by 8.25. So I'm deciding again where I want to place things, and I've decided I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is actually the opposite of the stitched. I decided I didn't like the stitch. It looked a little bit busy. So this is the opposite of that. What is that called? It's not like, I don't know. This is not the stitch part. This is the part that got cut off. So here you see me playing with my layout a little bit differently. I decided I wanted the tree to be on the hill. I wanted the little animals to be putting ornaments on the tree, but I wanted there to be some gifts, and I couldn't not use these two little squirrels because how flippin' adorable are them. So once I got the basic layout, I decided I wanted to put those clouds down. So I'd already decided that I wanted to add clouds. So I did. So again, these are from My Favorite Things. And I'm just going to adhere them with glue dots, because I didn't want to fuss around with the liquid glue. And these are just as quick and simple. So these are mini glue dots. If you are unfamiliar with glue dots, they come on a roll such as this. They come in a dispenser. They come just on sheets. So is it Xyron that makes the glue dots? I honestly can't remember. I apologize. Okay, so for the tree, everything is going to be put flat except for the bunny and the star. I did go ahead and add a dimensional to the top of the tree because it's straddling a layer and it would need something to help pop it up. But everything else minus the star, the tree, and the bunny are going to be laid down completely flat. I just wanted a little bit of dimension with this. And with the bunny being in front and there being packages, I felt like he needed to be popped up. So I'm adding my little critters with some liquid glue. Or am I using glue dots? Oh, I'm still using glue dots. Brain, it's been a couple of days. So I'm going to get all of this adhered where I want it. And then we're going to work on some extras for the card. Didn't these birds turn out so cute? Oh, I love them so much. I love the pops of red. So I tried to keep a very modern color palette, so to speak. But I love the pops of red that really bring this card together. So I'm about to super speed, here I thought I was going to add another layer of snow, and I was like, no. So I'm going to super speed up the next bit because I'm going to be coloring the pearls, and I'm using basically the same colors I used to color, and these are what are going to be our ornaments for the tree. I did bring in some purple, and you'll see me use a couple of the white ones. So yeah, I wanted the ornaments on the tree. They come with a stamp, like you can do a stamp, but I was like, there's no way on God's green earth that I'm going to stamp and color 50 ornaments. So this just worked out a little bit easier for me. So I am putting a pearl in each, this fox's hands, those raccoon's hands, and then I decided to put them in the, is it talons of the birds? Do all birds have talons? Oh my word. I need to go back and study zoology. So I wanted it to be full. So I come back and I add some yellow ones, and then I switch to some smaller ones and do the white. I just wanted it to look really full and really, really pretty. And I really think I accomplished that. So I'm going to bring in a light gray just to add a little bit of shadow. I mean, it's really not visible on camera. It's definitely more visible on film. I mean, in real life. What am I talking about? I lost my train of thought. So somehow I got Copic ink on this area of the image. Unfortunately, for some reason, I can't get the Copic to erase. I guess it's because it soaks in so it can be blended. So I thought, I am not starting this card all over again. And he already has an ornament beside him. And I thought, why don't I just go ahead, why don't I just go ahead and add a couple more pearls? So that's exactly what I do. And in doing that, I made it messy again. So I had to add a third one. Oh my word. But once I get those adhered, we're going to be done with this card. Now I decided on no sentiment. Here I'm just adding shimmer to the clouds because you guys know I have to have shimmer. And I went ahead and added it to the snow as well, so it'd be sparkly. But yeah, I didn't add a sentiment to this. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory that it's, Christmas, they're decorating a tree. And you can put in whatever sentiment that you wanted. This would even be fun for a birthday party, right? I have a birthday card because it's just winter themed. So here it is in all its glory. I'm going to go ahead. I cut off the edge of the cloud on the left-hand side that was overhanging. And now I'm going to bring in some Nuvo drops for just the star. And that's going to be it for day 5 of the 12 days of Elfmas, Misty Elfmas. Anyway, if you haven't checked out Papery Ink, I really encourage you to do so. They have some cute gingerbread stamps that they just recently released that I cannot wait to get my hands on. A special thank you to the 2 people who were so generous and sent me gift certificates. I really appreciate you. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for another card. Bye for now.